I thought my boss wanted to lift me up. We should constantly send out work, set up training to improve the level, but it turns out the boss had another reason. Hello, everyone. I'm the vice president of a large company after 7 years of dedication. My life revolves around work and family. My wife, Lynn, is the perfect woman. Both beautiful and thoughtful. The couple lived happily for 5 years. There's almost never a major conflict. But life doesn't know the word doubt. Over a year ago, my company made a big change. With the director, moi, new. This year, I moved to my company for work. Young people in their 30s have no family. He is handsome and talented. That's the type of dream girl. Everyone in the company thinks you're interesting. I'm no exception, and I'm even luckier because you were chosen to be my right hand. You treat me differently. Pull me into every partner meeting. Give me the opportunity to participate in big projects. Go on business trips to contact potential customers. I suddenly felt that I had great faith, and it feels like I am the one you lifted up to prepare for a rising future. When you tell the story of King Cho-Lin, she's also excited. He even suggested inviting the king to his house. Have lunch to thank you, and it's easy to be sympathetic. He carefully brought us a basket of fresh flowers and enthusiastically helped clean up. After dinner, she laughed all the time, that you're a delicate person. I didn't forget to give my wife an expensive bottle of lotion. They say women need to be loved, especially the beautiful, gentle women. Then, he often comes home on weekends, talk to us as close friends. Sometimes I realize that King and Lynn are talking in private. It's quite intimate, but I think it's simply because I'm busy. My wife needs that to escape, so I still trust my boss and my wife. Time later, the frequency of my business trips increased. It's unusual to go away almost every month, every time the king suggested. I also think that's your special trust. Every business trip I text you makes me think you're a very reliable friend. But then I saw something a little strange. Lynn seemed overjoyed when I was about to go on a business trip. It is more difficult when someone mentions the king, but when I asked directly, she just laughed and told me to be sensitive. Once on a business trip but finished early, I decided to change my ticket at night, without warning to Lynn. In my head, I pictured my wife hugging me. When you see me suddenly appear, but life is not a dream. 4 a.m. I quietly opened the door and walked into the dark living room. The first thing that caught my eye were my shoes and the royal vest. Drop it on the floor. My whole body stiffened with a hunch that something was wrong. Quietly into the bedroom. I could hear the quiet laughter. The voice of the spirit and the king. Lynn and Huang are together in this house. Right on the bed. Lynn and I used to be happy together. The anger flared up. I didn't want to make a fuss, just quietly pull Va Li spinning out. The next morning, I texted him to meet him. Prince came to see me. He is the wrong man. But the face is as unflinching as it is unflinching. Sit down and call for water. I'm close to asking you. There's nothing you want to tell me. When I finished listening, I laughed and said something. Didn't you see it all yesterday? My advice to you is that they are all adults. Do you behave carefully? I just need to move my hand. It's almost 15 years in the company. They're all gone. But if you know what's good, keep your mouth shut. Promotion in the company. You don't have to worry. Get up and leave the cafe. I'm sure I will for money. Fame without daring to do anything, but maybe my boss still misjudged the man's outrage when dishonored. I came home that day and my wife was scared. I act as if I'm not. It's like nothing ever happened that night. My wife thought I was afraid to turn on the boss. That's why you have to suck the sweetener. So turn the attitude 360 degrees, from timid to cocky. Even the boss has to hide it. Now I have no respect. Just send me a message. I'm going to eat with you tonight. Stay home and cook your own water. At this point, I laughed and the tiger did not roar. I thought it was Hello Kitty. Both my boss and wife despised me. At least I'm a vice president of a company. I don't believe in my own strength. You are afraid of this or that. After collecting 10 pieces of evidence, I'm planning for a full-blown hate wash. At the company's annual party, everyone will be there, including the boss and his wife and children. And of course, my wife followed me, as a kind wife. Dress up on stage to start the speech about their successes and contributions over the past year. In there, of course, there's no shortage of compliments from me. Dedicated staff, bending out on business all year. When the speech was over, I walked on stage with a confident face. Thank you, boss, for appreciating my work. I also thank my wife for being my rock. Help me to solve the problem. Please allow me to send a video today. I am so grateful to the 2 people who helped me get this day. Thank you very much. The whole hall was silent. Some people laughed softly because I thought this was just my fun. But when the room fell silent. Between my boss and my wife together, in our house popped up. Sending sweet-smelling messages. The private moments they've secretly enjoyed. On the days I was away, the boss was stunned. And his wife is sitting right under the audience, shocked at her husband. In treachery movies. My wife sat next to me trying to hide her confusion. But everyone's eyes were enough for her to understand. It's over. As the video ends, I'll emphasize a clear sentence. Thank you to my boss and my wife. You made me understand the value of trust and loyalty. An exasperated howl echoed through the room. The king's wife sat next to him and slapped him in the face. Then straight back to me. The boss loses face in front of the entire company. Seems to end on the spot. And my wife. She's sitting there with her face down. Word to explain. After that evening, before my wife, and put a divorce letter on the table. A one-way train ticket back home. All property in common this house and everything that belongs to it. Changed our name. Before she could do anything. When my wife came back, divorce letter and the train ticket. She's standing right there, and I just said one last sentence. Don't ever come back or go on. What to contact you. This is what I choose. So don't call CA or pray. I have loved my husband for years. I won't tell my parents the truth. You solve it yourself. I'm officially single now. He also paid off the betrayed debt. I quit my job at my old company and started as a manager at a rival company before. Always wanted to invite me back. Until now. I'm still having fun at what I did. I have only a little regret for my faith. By people close to you. Just a traitor